Welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for July 4th, 2022. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com. To access the Zoom call, we're going to scroll down and look for the Zoom banner, which is right here. Now, this is a demonstration of the SRC4u software. If you'd like to be part of the demonstration call, you can sign up for her daily energy clearing group, which is right here. You click through, follow the information. If you'd like to see her daily posts, which we also include Zoom calls, will be posted. You can watch archived Zoom calls. But for now, we're going to join the Zoom call, which is a demonstration of the SRC4u software. Lower the volume on the speakers, as it may be loud when you enter. One moment, please.
Happy July 4th, those of you who are here. We're going to declare independence this month as far as our SRC work. Wonderful. And we have a new July startup scan. And some of this I went ahead and started because, for the sake of time. But what I'd like to be considered independent of is any non-beneficial signals coming to my brain. And if you really study the brain, you know it doesn't have any eyes, it doesn't have any ears. The brain totally responds to whatever signals it's getting. And of course, that's our whole life. We're programmed by our caregivers, by our education, and so on and so forth. But we definitely also have the technology for intentional interference with those signals. Some of it may be intentional. And whether or not they're doing that is one thing. Whether or not they have the technology, that's confirmed. And believe it or not, a big part of the group that has done a ton of work with these destructive signals is the CIA. And that's all documented. So that might be why in '61 they coined the term conspiracy theorist. So for our July, there's a few changes. We're sticking with this, the primary situation scan, which we had a high priority for, and I want to show you today. Our primary situation is we want to heal all disease. And just let me show you, because it's quite a few things in that scan. Look right there at a 0. Make it a little bigger. That's the top one. None of these others are bad either, but the top one is heal all disease. So I just wanted you to see that. I'm not making that stuff up. Then I do like to scan and see any of these. We didn't want any of these today. And then also, for this month, with the idea that we are one, I made a list of the top 10, according to the internet. Whatever site that was I got, it could vary from site to site. The 10 most stressed cities in the U.S. at this time. And I've been scanning these and seeing if anybody wants to add one of these cities into their scan. And we didn't today, but I've had lots of times the individuals do. And what's interesting is they very often pick a city that is in their family line. It's interesting if you read up on these cities. For example, Detroit, you're actually pretty safe in Detroit. There are others, like this one right here. It doesn't look like you're too safe. I'm just kind of learning, we don't want to devote a lot of energy to this. But for those who are interested, we might want to send a little energy to these hubs here of energy, because these people seem to be under considerable stress and pain. Whatever they're doing, it does not seem to be working. So, and then anyway, then we get into, this is the easiest way to do it. Just neutralize all negative brain signals. And we know anything is possible. Let's see. Well, we could use a little boost on that. We are taking it up to 101. And then this spleen, we're going to have a focus on the spleen this month. And because that does seem to be a portal of energy where our information enters. And as you know, you just put it to the test. Okay, you're looking good. If a person does check in low, you've got cocktails, you've also got the spleen right block, and of course you always have some of the Pro Tools. And then next, now in the book I read for all these meridians, it said first do undercharged, then do overcharged. And then I thought, well, they don't have the SRC. You can do them both at once, in my opinion. If anybody has a different thought, please let me know. And I also saw that we may not necessarily have to do it every single session. Let's just test and see, because, you know, it's been pretty consistent. Well, we'll take it today. So let's go in here. I can find one. There we go. And we're just wanting to clear. And you know the stress of that, because I think I sent that out in an email. 2 minutes, not bad, but we're taking it. And then these are all, I actually did the grab a voice scan and tested to see for this month what we want in the way of some codes. We still did want this align vibrationally to healing session, bless all electrical fields, clear all unseen energy that does not have my best interest at heart, alignment with higher self. We want to focus also this month on the stress related to heavy metal. Inner divine fire is released through my DNA. That was a huge benefit to include this. Innate immune response, and then balanced thought, which we know thought is probably the whole deal. So that's what I've been doing with it, and of course for your own work, do what feels right. I just put those in there, and then I'm going to scan them. And just quickly go down. So we do want to bless all electrical fields. There's a little, that didn't quite, and look at that 0. Clear all unseen energy that does not have my best interest at heart. Innate immune response. Let's just add those. Also, I have all of the meridians now organized as far as those scans for the emotions, except for the very last one is the pericardium, and I'm loading them as cocktails, and I'll call Kevin and see if he has time to load them. Now for this, you could, when you get a scan like this that's a little low, see if we want to charge our cell phones. Yeah, well, let's go in here.
What did you say, charge your cell phone?
Yeah, your cell phone is a tremendous center of energy. And so what you're doing is charging it to bless all fields that come from it.
So we can actually charge your cell phone?
You can charge it with energy, not charge it to make it ring, but charge it with energy. Yeah, absolutely. It's all, everything's energy.
Okay.
Yeah, you sure can. In fact, I'll show you a few other things for those who are so inspired. Probably not a bad idea. I got this idea from another practitioner. I think I told you this before, so sorry to be repeating, but she could never have wireless, whatever the router or whatever it was. And then she started charging it when she moved because she really did want that. And look here, we're really taking, let me see if 5 minutes is going to do it. No, we want significant energy here. And she can now have her wireless router if she charges it with the SRC. That's what gave me the idea.
What I like about it is remembering the components it takes to make up the cell phone and how you can utilize those sources within to boost them.
What do you mean?
Well, just the different components that are inside of it to make the cell phone work. If there's silver in it or crystal or anything like that that they have
Oh, okay, gotcha, yeah.
Manufacturing it.
We're taking a lot of energy for these cell phones today. Okay, 10 minutes. So let's go in here and do 5, and then we'll come back later and do another 5. Ordinarily, what I would do is I'd go to someone else's scan and type in our group's name and do it, but I don't want to show people's names. So that was one. Help me now refresh my memory. What else did we want? I think we wanted to clear all unseen energy that did not have our best interest at heart.
Is this going to be affecting our cell phones right now?
Your personal cell phones. It should, yeah. It should.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah. And what I've been doing, and I'll show you just some thoughts. Innate immune response, okay. And the reason I like to do it this way is simply you've got it in there 3 times. And again, we're looking pretty good. And then what happened when I thought we weren't going to need the Discontent scan anymore because, and this is the cocktail, by the way, because of this top, wherever it went, neutralize all negative brain signals. But when I got down here to checking the things from before, this was 100% benefit. So, but what you want to do, at least what I have been doing, and just put in here priority. We may not need it, but it was a big priority. No, we don't. But it was a big priority to leave it in the scan. And then the full startup scan we actually wanted to continue with as it is. And we'll take that one, all right? Keeping in mind that you've got with your SRC, you could just hit the wonder click, but it's just up to you. You go much deeper and get much more awareness if you take it farther. Put in there. So, this storage cocktail, that continues to be a priority for us. And again, I guess the power of our own words and the stories we're telling ourselves. It's a good month, this Independence Month, to be aware of that.
Sandy Mack talked about that too.
What's that?
Sandy Mack.
Oh, yeah, sorry that I didn't get the notes out. I'm trying not to overwhelm y'all with these notes, but I guess they'll have a recording of that, Ron, of the Sandy Mack with the Tucson Dowsers.
There will be a replay.
Yeah.
I mean, a replay.
Yeah.
And when it comes out, I'll send it to you.
Oh, thank you.
It was amazing. Wow.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot that people are talking about now that used to be left unsaid. This is Restore to Divine Blueprint. I'll do the angel scan later and let y'all know what angel you want today. Now look, we want a preset cocktail today. Let's I'll have these cocktails in here. And now, place these here and see what we're talking about. Emotional clearing and relaxation. That's good for a holiday. That's the hair.
Very good.
People, places, and situations. That's not under. Okay, so, and our sustenance, we've probably eaten some stuff we shouldn't be eating today, so we're asking for the emotional clearing and relaxation and the sustenance boost. Let's add that. Well, too many in there with that. And let's go in here and do other 5 minutes. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea, to do this every day for yourself. And then what you can do if you get carried away, let's see, just have fun. Also have fun others on planet Earth. I doubt that's a priority, but you can have a little fun and test it. Well, I'll be doggone, we'll take it. So there's some crazy things you can do. And then clear stress related to technocracy, which kind of fits in with what we're talking about anyway. And again, we're taking that right up to the 102. I want to show you before we pull this up, and I don't think we're, as a group, going to need this cocktail today, but I want to show it to you. No, we don't need it. And I'm going to send this out today for those who think they might. Is this it? Oh, that's our last. Okay, here it is. I kind of was led towards the end of the week towards a book on Scribed called The Half-Empty Heart. And it's talking about the huge number now, as far as therapists and psychiatrists, they're saying anywhere from 6 to 10% of their people, there's nothing really wrong with them as far as a clinical depression or any of these other mental illnesses. But they've just always been discontented. Nothing can make them happy. And it's not that they're doing this on purpose. They came in this way. I kind of got to wondering if they might be working with some of these signals to the brain from their food, from other environment, or even intentional. And so I made a cocktail, and I'll send it out today. You can do with it as you want. It's very interesting. Here are some of the characteristics of this chronic discontent. And this is the name for it, by the way, dysthymia, but always dissatisfied. It is not exactly a personality disorder. They wouldn't be diagnosed. They just live their life. Nothing ever really satisfies them. A mood disorder, you can call it a character flaw if you like. It's not really anything they're doing that's their fault. You could almost take this out. Just persistently hopeless. Some it will if they don't, and it is relievable, by the way. It is something that can be balanced out. That's what the book, The Half-Empty Heart, is about. But if they don't, then it can merge. It can go into a very deep depression at some point. It can go into suicidal. I did add this root wellness in here. Some think about hurting themselves. There's alcohol dependence, drug dependence. I've got just a few things in here, positive and negative. The codes are always positive, but it's just these people, for example, may jump from job to job to job, or house to house, or car to car, or spouse to spouse. You get the idea. Misery. I did put this in here, invulnerable to infestation by demonic energies, because I think that could be a clue if a person is under spiritual attack, and that's what's being caused. Repeated false starts and letdowns, stressed, irritable, overwhelmed, guilty, ashamed, life is too demanding, struggle to find something meaningful but can't, dysfunction in the way emotions are felt and handled. They say the way it is, you're going to get your thought from the signals that hit your brain. That's going to create an emotion. But at that point, and this is all, of course, on an unconscious level, that's going to produce another thought. So science already knows they can even send brain waves to groups and create, for example, great anger. It's not that they're doing it, but they have the technology to do it. For that reason, some people suffering from this chronic dissatisfaction, they just cut off their emotions, and life has no meaning, despondent. Again, some of these are repeats, but I just took them as they came. Unconscious thought, feeling, thought process. That's what I'm talking about. That's what can mess you up. That's one thing the SRC can do, is tell you some of those thoughts that you're totally unaware of. Shame, inability to feel, high emotional threshold. Again, they've shut the emotions out because of this trauma. Avoids feeling. You could actually go in and work to regenerate the emotions if it were a priority. Again, mentally withdraw from emotionally charged situations. They just take their thoughts off it, don't think about it. You know, you look at it, and this positive thinking isn't always that hot. You know, people may turn to that, but there's a lot more to it. Emotional appetite is not satisfied, overwhelmed with frustration, expect the worst, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to read the whole list, but you get the picture in your mind. It's quite a long list, and just some things you might want to consider just for fun. Go ahead and take that out, and I'll let you know about your angel scan. But we might want to go in, and again with the thought that we are all one. Clarity, SRC session for people of America. What did I say? Chronic dissatisfaction cocktail. Nope, don't need it. Don't want to interfere, so let's look in here. Little wonder clip. Let's just visualize our independence.
You know what, Cathy? Oh.
What's that?
Oh, well, one thing I wanted to bring up is that, you know, I do dowsing with Australia on Thursday nights. And after the dowsing is finished, we then have a period of visualizing things. And it's very powerful, and I'd highly recommend that to everybody.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's so much we are capable of doing. Now you see, as we're going down here, and I haven't got the governing vessel meridian cocktail put together yet, unfortunately. But let's just see once I do get it put together. Priority, governing vessel, and yep, we'll take it. So I need to get that finished. Course correction. The SRC, there's the girdle meridian. Again. Actually, I was thinking I had all these done. Oh my goodness, look at the heart meridian. But it dawned on me as I go down this, I still don't have. Pericardium, I'm working on heart, and then the governing vessel. There's the immunity. Now, when these things pop up, this, again, the eat to beat disease, that turned out to be no big deal half the time. We don't want that. Let's just see. Nope, just don't need them. It's very interesting. I'm out of Pro Tools right now. There's the spleen meridian. We've got pancreas spleen is the way. No. No? Anyway, we're going to have quite a scan, it looks like, today. And I'll get back with you on the angel scan, and I'll get those meridians finished. But any thoughts on any of this? I don't know if anybody else recognized themselves in any of this dissatisfaction thing, but I certainly did. Doesn't mean you necessarily have chronic discontent, but you'll see a few characteristics in here, probably of yourself. Let's just put. And we certainly are not going to manifest if the voltage is low because of this. Yeah, we're pretty good. Dials it down a little bit. Any thoughts?
Oh, not really. Good.
I'm just going to wait for this to do because half the time I forget to come back and do it. Let's just see what our automatic request is. And we are a little bit after 11, so that worked out.
Okay.
So we want a complete and total burn down session, and we want to clear resistance. And I'll tell you, that is one of the interesting things when you work with the mediator. Some of our biggest problems on a deeper level, we're not ready to let go. So that's where the mediator can really come in handy, give you that information, which can bring it to the surface, and you can start to clear it. But it looks like that is it for today.
All right, Cathy. I thank you very much.
Well, thank you, and have a wonderful 4th, all you guys, and a great Independence Day and a life of
Everybody
independence.
else, too. Have a great day.
Yes.
And expect great things, too.
Yes, exactly.
Have a good day. Enjoy yourself.
Take care, everybody.
Have a
Bye.
blessed day, everybody. Bye-bye.
This concludes the SRC4u Zoom call. Thank you for participating. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.